Well, hi guys. I wanted to send this quick video for you to look at tonight, right before service in the morning, just to kind of go through the lesson plan. And that way, if you have any questions in the morning, we can probably go through that a little bit quicker during Kidmin check-in. And especially for those of you serving during the 11 o'clock service, we're going to try to have a very short Kidmin check-in and nursery tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. Give us grace as we are transitioning with the two services to try to figure out how to check in with those of you that are serving during the 11 o'clock service. So let me go ahead and share my screen so I can, hold on, give me a second to do that. That way you can see the lesson plan on my screen. So give me 1 second. All right, so hopefully right now you're seeing the lesson plan. I just got it up. So let me go over this as quickly as I can with you. We're talking about the prophet Joel right now. And as you know, we're in the prophets, which I think is an awesome opportunity to teach our kids about the prophets. It often gets overlooked in children's ministry, but it's important for us to teach our kids the Bible in its entirety. Even if they don't get every single detail right now, as they grow in their knowledge of the Lord, the pieces of this great big story of God's redemption is going to start, they're going to start coming together. So I'm excited that we're in the prophets right now. Our main point is that God warned his people to repent before the day of the Lord. And our big picture question is, what is God like? God is slow to anger, merciful, and loving. And so throughout the lesson, I want you to keep reiterating that to our kids. And we need to be slow to anger, merciful, and loving with our children as well during class. They look at us, and we're the adults in their lives right now. Some influential adults in their lives right now. So I want to make sure that we are showing God's love to them throughout the service. If you have a chance, make sure you look through the Leader Bible Study. And this particular plan is the 11 o'clock plan, but it's the same for 9 o'clock. So one of you I'll have scheduled as our greeter. Because we don't have a third adult, Ayana, you're going to have to greet for 11 o'clock service. Just talk to the parents about the parent handout, so you can go over that with them. The calendar, I'm sorry, I'm having a moment. The calendar and the Parent Connect. I have to revise that, so that's going to be changed because we've changed the order of some of the lessons we're going to do since I first put it out at the beginning of the month. As always, we'll have our arrival activities. Connection Station 1 is going to basically be bottles full of rice and dollar store bugs, and the children have to write what bugs they see in the, so it's kind of like a seek and find kind of bottle. The other two stations, one will have games such as like Uno and Connect 4, and the other will have our toy blocks. So you'll be manning those. As far as the worship set, 2 songs are new. The last song, No Longer a Slave, we introduced last week. I love this song. I can't tell you how much I love this song. Make sure you're familiar with the songs, and make sure everybody that is serving is engaged in the worship service. You know, I'm preaching to the choir, but if the kids see us worshiping God, that's how they're learning how to worship God. We have family Sundays, 4 times out the year. And so that's 4 times that our kids may see their parents worshiping God. So you actually, when they see you, they're going to imitate you. So it's so important that this part of the service is we really engage the children and enter into worship. We have our offering intro. So right after that last song, we'll set up the offering. And I always like to talk about offering as another way to worship or an extension of worship. Then the offering video, you all are familiar with that. And then there's going to be a pre-recorded welcome. We had a pre-recorded welcome that I did last week with the kids, and it goes with the news theme that we have for this lesson. So you'll see that. Then we have our rules with our secret phrase, mega prize, explanation, all that stuff we normally do. Also, the 3 kit questions. So remember, when you do this, that you want, if we don't have any new kids, you want to just pick a number out and invite that child to come up for 3 questions, birthdays and so on. There are new kid packages or bags that are on the stage in one of the crates. So if you have new kids, please make sure that they're getting a new kid packet. We have our big picture question, and then that when it's time for that, then whoever's doing media can put that on the screen. And then there's a quick timeline game where I'll have I can't think, the newspaper, the crumbled up newspaper in buckets, and we'll have the 3 pictures from this unit, the 3 big story pictures from this unit, and you'll call kids up, give them a time limit. I put 3 minutes up here. That's probably going to be too long, but read through that. You can decide how much time you want to give the kids. If they're able to put the picture correctly with the main point within that time, all 3 pictures, they get 2 dots for the class. If they're not successful, they just get 1 extra dot for the class. That way, everyone, they still get a dot if they, participate. We have the Bible story video and then the discussion. And these are basically, there'll be questions and they'll be put in a bag, and along with some kind of like silly things to do. So they'll either pick a question out the bag, out the box, or they'll pick out like something they have to do, like say the ABCs backwards or something like that. So they're not quite sure what they'll pick out the bag, and you can decide how you want to facilitate that. Then we have a salvation video and the altar time. So let me scroll down. Any children that come up during altar time that you feel are coming up because they want to be saved, please, please, please make sure that you write their name in the notebook. And I do follow up with the families of those children, not if it's a child where either the family's told me not to follow up because they've responded so many times, but if it's a child that is truly responding for the first time, please write their names down so I can follow up with their parents. Also, make sure that child gets one of the ABCs of being a Christian, and that's on the back supply shelf. Then we have a transition video, and then we go into our small group time, so you can read through that. We have the Bible skills are really just for the older kids, and then we have a craft for the younger ones, in addition to their activity sheets. Go back to large group, and then there's a game. And the game is basically hot or cold. We have little warning signs, like road warning signs, like a stop sign or something like that. And they're gonna hide those around the room, one person, and one person's gonna go out. And the children will, if the person is close to wherever the sign is hidden, the children will say to repent. If they're far, they'll say God warned his people. So it's helping them to remember the main point. But you play it just as you would play hot or cold. And then we end with mega prize and dismissal. So if you have any questions at all, feel free to think of them. You can talk to me about them tomorrow morning. One thing I wanted to mention with the transition videos, you don't have to play those. Those are, if you're running short on time, I would just totally skip the transition videos and just go on to the next thing. So if you have any questions, let me know. You can text me tonight. I'm going to be running errands the rest of the day, but text me or let me know tomorrow. And thank you guys so, so much for serving, especially now that we're going into 2 services. I'm so excited about the ability we're going to get more kids. Last week we had several people respond to, several adults respond to salvation. We had a lot of new visitors last week, and I feel like God is just being faithful to our faithfulness with moving on to 2 services. And I think I am confident we're going to continue to see God move even within the children's services. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't thank you enough for all that you guys do. All right, I'm going to stop talking. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.